I've got balls of steel.
I just realised my mic's muted. Apologies. How you doing, Jasan? Hope you could see you back, sir. How's your week been so far? Fate Motion, good to see you, mate. Hugs. Hello. No, my axe. How's things, people? You alright? It's been a while. Hello. I've got a bit of man flu, so if I cough, apologies. You all had a good holiday? Ready for the what this year's got to bring? Could be interesting. What up, Photo Joe? We're about to open the UltraLight X. We are indeed, sir. We are indeed. Give me power. Power. Oh, my chat program's not working on it. Sort this out. Give people a bit of time to log in. So what's going on in the world? Never seems to work, no matter what you do, does it? Be as prepared as ever. Do. Don't get anything good for Christmas? Assuming you celebrate holidays? Anything good just in general? Get windows organized. Bum, bum, bum. You always look at yourself, I do, and see like, what's he doing? Like he looks like he's. Why were you looking around like a camera and stuff? Always seems quite bizarre, don't you think? I know it's got the UltraLight X at the minute. You can see I've done literally nothing to my room other than trash it more. This week's project. Well, need to get a few more mice out of the way and then hopefully I can get on it. Still playing catch up with a few. Get them out to people. Enjoying some Tarkov recently. We switched over from Valorant. I should probably put my fur over here instead. Out of the way. Soups! You right, sir? Got your printer. Ooh, we got 3D printer. That's what you're saying, Soups? I'd like to learn how to mod mice. I know nothing about it. How hard is it to do basic mods like switch swapping? You ever done any soldering reams? I'd definitely try on something cheap. That'd be my my tip, sir. You done any soldering? Because it can get expensive. If not, pick a cheap mouse. Oh, right, someone said give me power, I said give me the printer. Which type of switches UltraLight X used? Today we'll find out when we open it. That's the purpose of today, to see all the bits, see how it's built. What it's like to be an old man? I don't know. A lot of wisdom, should we say, travel? Time travel. Good and bad. Go grey, lose your hair. More responsibilities. Get to do what you want now, though. Really basic soldering, like soldering wires together. I just picked some of the cheap. Do you ever mod like consoles or anything, Reams? Like soldering like that, or just, like I say, just wires? Just pick a cheap one. The switches are fairly easy if you get the right, what's the word? Iron maybe, so don't go too hot, go cold first. Even if it takes you 3 hours to desolder, take your time, because once you go too hot, you'll just melt it and that's it. Take your time. Don't rush it. But pick something cheap, mate. Don't be like in this mouse like this one and then just trying to solder it, because that won't be good for your wallet. Even I broke a few, so that's with a lot of experience. Temperature wise depends. Depends on your eye, depends on your tip. Use some desoldering wicks, good. Oops. If you haven't got a desolder gun, like so. What kind of mods can you do to Superlight 2? Side switches, pre-travel, weight. You can change the mains, we did that one recently. It's a bit trickier though, I would definitely recommend doing that as a new, all the sides. Skates. What's that? Meantime King, how you doing King? Good to see you. Evermore, yeah. How you doing mate, you right? Just follow Waffler of the Trollzors, is it? What's that, what that name was? How you doing mate? What a name. I need beer for this one evermore. We are actually going to give one away, but the one that I'm giving away I'm going to be modded. So we'll see how badly it goes. But it won't be yet, we're giving it away, but it will be whatever we mod on stream, we'll see. Interesting how it is, I'm not expecting it to be too complicated. So I was already getting quite annoyed by the amount of hair I was collecting because they didn't sort out the stickiness of the pad. Can't really see it there. Still calling you Kane. Nothing changes, mate. Got a raspy voice because I got man flu, as always. Did they change the batches over more on this? Well, on this one they didn't. It's like they didn't take out some of the bits. Do you know what I mean? They should have been pre-done. I thought they don't test them. That's like an obvious thing to do. Mine's super hairy already because my cat's. UltraLight's full of fluff. I know I had a bit of fluff in it, it's just, but like, not stopping the stickiness coming through the bottom on a £180 mouse, pretty bad. Not the end of the world, right? But, you know. It's like attention to detail, I think, Finalmouse like. Let's take a look at it anyway. This is where some of the. This is where you expect that $180 mouse to be. I've got the Beast X now as well. We've also got the 8K Deluxe and loads of other mice to look at. I've got an absolute ton of them to look at now for the next, hopefully, month. We need to get through them all. We shall see. Can I hire you to mod UltraLight X2? Yep. Do go to shop.birdybob.com and you can chat to me there. There's loads of mods there, mate. We can do !shop, which I think only works on Twitch. Mouse feet are pretty cheap. What, on this you mean? Yeah, they never really improved the mouse feet. They should be, I mean, like if you look at it right, the few things they could have done was sharp. Yeah, they don't round them very well. I found them snagging a little bit. They've been like this for the last 10 years, these feet. And there's all the hair. Look at that hair I was talking about. And that's because of my cats, right? So you haven't got much hair, you're okay. Like, it's not coming off my head, obviously, but we shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, the feet are a bit sharp. They should off the bat be giving us like an additional skate there. They should just make it like a D or something, and they can put whatever skates in they want without trying to, again, put in these trays in them so you fit to only these mice feet. So you got to sand it again. All dust for you. Yeah. So my first impressions of the Finalmouse UltraLight X. It's not all bad. I think this is certainly the best version of the Ultralight, or the Finalmouse, this version shape, Starlight 12, what you want to call it, the UltraLight X. This is the best version of it, but it's still got some problems. The side buttons are still sticking to this style, which I'm definitely not a fan of. There seems to be less rattle, we'll find out, I guess, in the teardown. They didn't colour code the cable, which we saw in the renders. That's a little bit disappointing, but at least they've colour coded the battery. Don't know why they didn't colour code the cable. Still getting hair collected on the bottom. Maybe they have changed that. Skates still suck. USB-C seems a little bit inside, I don't know. And there's definitely got some wobble on the mains. Beyond that, I'm not a fan of the encoder. It's a little bit, don't know, maybe too clicky for me. Doesn't feel the best, and I don't like the mains in terms of the press. There's certainly a lot I don't like, but the pre-travel looks pretty decent on it. They've certainly tightened it up better than what was on their original Starlight 12. So we'll see how they've changed the design inside. Creak-wise, this one's definitely got a creak at the front. Only if you push right at the front though. Can you hear that? You get a little bit of flex, but my other one doesn't. I've got two versions. The other one doesn't do it. It's only this one, and the sides are pretty solid from this one. So you're not really going to do that. No one's going to grip it down here at the front unless you're going to weirdly fingertip it. But that's the only build quality issue I could find with it. Other than that, it's pretty solid, given its weight, which I think is around 35. Let's see. Oh, 38 grams. So what was it? They said it was 35 grams. What was the original weight? Did they say 35 or 38? Because feels a bit heavy. It still suffers from the same problem on the sides as well in terms of collecting a bit of sweat, but that's just the design. I've been using this for about a week, playing Tarkov Arena and stuff. But overall, I do like it. I like the shape, I like the weight. I don't like the skates. They're definitely snagging on my endgame gear mouse pad. I definitely have to sand the base, I think, or put some like Tiger Ice on it. I don't like the scroll wheel, like I said, but I actually like the scroll wheel, not the encoder. It's centered as well, so. And the buttons are okay, they're a little bit bushy for me. A little bit of play in it, which doesn't bother me, but I know people will get a bit touchy over the metal wobble on it because it's quite a bit. So they need to fix that perhaps, but other than that, it's most certainly the best version of the Finalmouse UltraLight or Starlight 12 they've released. And I do like the medium shape actually, so yeah. It's not bad. Was that the battery wrap? Apparently the battery, was it? Apparently the battery stick was heavier than expected. I guess we'll find out. 38 grams. It feels a little bit heavy, isn't it? It's supposed to be lighter than that, isn't it? 35. You can see that wobble on it there, look at it. That's quite a bit. I mean, whether it's going to affect you when you push on it. I've not noticed it on a press, but some people won't be happy. My USB port C on my Finalmouse is too high of an angle. Issues inserting the cable, removing it. Yeah, this one's definitely a bit high. It feels like it at the top, like it's hard to show you, but the silver's well up on the front, so I don't know if it's a bit high, I guess. They did the clicky wobble by design. Is what they're telling you, are they? I don't know why they didn't keep it looks like they kept one single piece, we'll have to see, but they've got struts on it and stuff by the looks of it. I don't understand why it wobbles. Secured the side buttons. Yeah, but that's not the only thing, they're just the naff. They haven't changed that design on the side buttons, Finalmouse, since the day of the Earth began, or the skates. They need to update those next. But it certainly is the best version I've seen. If you want a Finalmouse, I think this is the one to get. Whether you want medium or small, you could get a large one if you want, but we'll see. You can press the top where it connects to the switch. I guess the other thing was they removed the DPI button, which I don't think is a bad thing. And also the good thing about it is, so yeah, they removed the DPI button, which I think's pretty good because it's a bit stiff anyway. And also I like the software with the new online version. That's certainly one of the better things that Finalmouse has done. Seems to be good. I've had no problems with it. I firmwared it. The software is very good. So finally, you are listening. So I don't want to slag off too much because I quite like this mouse, to be fair, but it's definitely got some improvements. You know, for the size of it, 30 grams, not bad. You can get it to click if you press it. You probably can do, but you have to press it pretty hard to make it click there. Yeah, you can make the sides flex if I literally try to smash it to pieces. Here's the problem, it creaks a bit at the front. But here it feels perfectly fine to me. I think each one's going to be different depending where it connects or the quality maybe. I don't know how many versions have dropped. They don't give me that information. So they've certainly made some improvements over their recent versions, so at least they're listening. Don't press the bump hard. How the skates suck. Definitely change the skates. I will never understand flex testing. Depends. I understand. I know what you mean. Depends. Some of them flex, but when you overpress them, like, you're gonna have to press pretty hard to get some to flex. I won't bother. You'll get RSI doing it, but it's more to do with the quality, isn't it? The rest of it's okay. A little bit of creaking on the front, like I said. But it is pretty light, so expect some flex. People are going to push the back here, going to snap it. You can literally see that by pressing it. I mean, don't expect that not to snap. It's like getting it and throwing off a wall and wondering why it breaks. I mean, it's going to have flex. It's lightweight. How you doing, sir? I wanted to ask if you tested out mouse pads. I have. I've got loads. I test them all the time. I just haven't shown many reviews on them because I need my room sorted because it takes a bit more. But I used to do a lot of applied tests and stuff. Coming back hopefully next week. Bought the Sendikai V2. Hopefully it's better than the Sendikai V1, mate. I expect evermore to be a solid tank, mate, not 38 grams, you know what I mean? Not this size. So. Alright, let's take it apart, see how it looks like. Let's see finally what it's made of. Doesn't feel like carbon fibre. And then I'll give my final thoughts of what we think once we've seen the internals before we take it apart and have a look. Let's see. Exactly the same. Felt a bit thinner, skates, I would say. I'd say they're not the same. They look like they've thinned them out. Feel very thin. Find half my gear now to take a look, but it's much thinner than they were. I'm going to cry today for this mod. In fairness to Finalmouse, they did send me one out to mod. So I bought one and they sent me one to mod. So I like the encouragement. 0.7, okay, same thickness. Did you feel a bit like more flimsy? I don't know. Maybe just me. It's New Year and stuff. Maybe I've forgotten. Even Tazy, you right, sir? So we'll be giving one away, but you'll get the modded one. The size and weight ratio of 30 grams for this feels a bit better. Yeah, I don't think, wasn't it supposed to be 35 though? So again, they didn't tell us the exact weight that it was going to be, but I could be wrong. I mean, I need to check my facts, but I thought it was lighter than this. What's the goal for this mod? I don't know, take some weight out of it, see what we can do. Pretty much all we can do. Maybe try and tighten up the fronts, but change the switches, because I absolutely hate these. I'm assuming they're on runs, looks like it, given the side profile. Yep. Some nicer switches. This guess feels way too heavy for its size. What, 25 grams, you reckon? I've done something different to these games. They're like more flexible. Whatever they've done, they need to make it just better in general, because the skates suck. They need to stop making it so you got these trays, please. I mean, I guess they're inserted this time. They're not they're not well, blowing the fluff. At least they're smooth, so it won't need sanding, I guess. Makes sense. They've flattened them, so that means you don't have to sand any more bases. If the hair adds anything, my cat hair. So at least they've done that. At least you could put bigger skates, and I guess gives you that option. So fair enough there then. Which universal skates work? It depends what you want, mate. Zoe's shapes are generally pretty good. I prefer because they're larger. It is flat as well, yeah. Makes a change. Maybe they've listed that part. So I thought it was actually raised, but yeah, nice and flat. Good. Win-win. They look like they're raised, but now you take them off, they're not. Get it below 30 grams? It's 38 grams, so I feel like I'm at a disadvantage when they're claiming it's 35, was it, or 34 grams? And this is 38. Definitely made the material different. If we can get below 30, it'd be pretty nice. Battery looks the same as the other ones. Maybe it's slightly higher milliamp. They tend to go an extra 4 milliamp. We'll see. But it's not a massive battery, so I won't expect too much of a weight saving on it. Not to drop it 8 grams, you know what I mean? 8 grams out of this is like 30%, remember? 31.07, nice. Well, bonus, they haven't given us any screws at the front, so it's only the rear ones you can see. So no screws at the front. Again, they're smooth in the front as well. Put some skates on it. Nah, mate, battery's not massive. You can see there. It's not. It's the same size by the looks of it as the original. So we'll find out. But yeah, it's not gonna be massive. That screw was disgusting. I think what disgusted me more was they didn't bother to wrap the cables or make them all black, which just, I don't get that. I think Finalmouse just need a little bit more detail, attention to detail, stuff like that. I was waiting for some final Tigerized 2s to come out for it. They're going to be this size, aren't they? They're not going to make a plate like that. They might do. I could be wrong, but no, it looks like it's a Phillips. Yep, nice. Changed the screws from titanium, which is interesting. Wonder why they've changed the screw. And they're not even made them black either. So it's like a little bit of attention to detail. It's okay. Saves a bit of weight, I guess, not painting it, but why not paint it? Why don't you paint them? Yeah, 12 hours battery life for 1K. I mean, I've had it running for a couple of days. It's been fine on 1K, this, to be fair. 4K, definitely get 12 hours out of it, I think. That's probably where you're looking. But for 1K, you'll get a couple of days. No sweat out of this. Usually about 50%. Dun, dun, dun. Et voila. Oh, they've got TTCs on the front, not put on Omron. God damn. I mean, pretty basic, right? So it is light, that base. I don't know what they made that shell out of, but holy moly. That thing is light, man. Yeah, exactly. Agreed to just leave the cables for the battery. Don't know why. Excuse me. Don't know why they didn't do that, but yeah. Take a picture of this. Always forget. Right, let's look at this part then. So they've definitely stripped out a lot of weight in here. Look at that front. Don't know what composite they've used. No way of finding out, but they've definitely took a lot out here. There's not much they can tweak. Looks like they have changed the side button slightly, put an extra bar on it. To try and secure them. We'll stop the press maybe on the side here. A flex. Yeah, they fixed them at the same style. Like. Kind of trapped it, haven't they, between there? Trapped it somehow. It's definitely more secure. Which is good. It continues to drop out after the 12 versions we've seen. But they still use the same style. Switch. Not bad. It's the same actual. That pretty much to me looks the same actual design. Maybe that's slightly more protruding compared to a Starlight. I'd have to compare them. The way they've hollowed out the buttons. Try and save more weight. Nice. Does the coating matter for the Finalmouse? I mean, you still like a nice coating. You should be able to grip it, but I think, you know, coating's always a personal preference. I'm not any issues with it slipping because the holes make it a bit easier to grip. That's in my opinion anyway. Like, you can see like even there, it's already sweat building up. That's one of the problems you get on the Finalmouse, but I quite like the holes because it makes it a bit more grippy. Just got the Pulsar grip tapes on mine. Oh, the little dots, yeah, they're good. Need to test them properly. On the base, have you got 4 little dots for the marking for the moulding? We'll have to find out, I don't know. It's 38 grams my weight. Stock skates, mate. 38 grams. So it looks like we get one screw. Looks like a brace on the back, trying to stop it from flexing. So we'll be trying to stop it flexing. Interesting. Which Fanatic bolt are you talking about? You mean this one, which has got the carbon one? So we tried to wrap it. You can see it. This is for Pingu. It's about the 5th wrap, but then we ended up painting it now. I need to finish off the mod. Not finished it yet, but we're getting there. It's better than wrapping it, so we'll see. First time to see you live. Hey, Octien, how you doing, man? Will magnesium shine over time like ABS plastic? Nice. No, it shouldn't do, but the paint might come off. This feels like it's a solid colour. Like there's no, like this isn't gonna wear through anything. Looks like it's been dyed, or it's actually black. I don't know if it's carbon fibre or some composite. I don't even know how we'd even test it, but they certainly took some more time tweaking this shell compared to a Starlight 12. It looks fundamentally similar, but outside, but internal, it's definitely different. What was the weight of the skates? You'd have to flip back on the VOD. I think it was like 0.2 grams. They definitely feel thinner, but they're still 0.7, so I don't know if they're lighter or not, but they definitely feel a bit more like endurable. Yeah, I'll show you one, for instance. Not very heavy. I wouldn't even bother changing them for dots, if that's what you're thinking about. Here's a rear one, for instance, the biggest one. So there you go. They're going to be like 0.5 grams tops for all of them. You're not talking like, we're not talking like final, like super light ones. Do you know what I mean? Here's the super light skates, for instance. Let's try the front one. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you got more size though, right? So I actually prefer a bigger skate than a small because they're just digging. Like I don't like these skates at all. Don't even mention mine? What's that? Oh, you're a massive. I mean, Soup's 502X just digs into the table even without feet. I think it's composite. Yeah, I think it is. I only ever used Pulsar grips because they felt good. Yeah, they're decent. They've all got different styles and types, and you've got to find the ones. I like the ones that are smaller and don't take up the whole side. Like just where your fingers are, but I guess you have to like, you got to kind of customize that to your own hand, don't you? So, I like that style. Right. How you doing? A bed? Good name. A bed. Right, so one screw. Looks like they're using the different Malar pad. Looks like a clear Malar. It looks slightly raised. But they haven't got that little weird, they haven't got that little wrap around the bottom leg, which they had on the other ones, which is good. Looks pretty clear. Look at the post as well. So it is similar to the, you see that? Focus. Pretty similar. They definitely stripped out quite a lot on this compared to the Superlight, Starlight. There's one screw. It would have been nice to have black screws, but I guess paint might add a bit of extra weight, but it would still would have been nice. So that's using that one central screw to hold it together. Okay, interesting. Maybe not. See some nice skin. Well used. But what is bizarre is they've now got the torque screws on the mains. I thought this would be not one piece, so interesting, a bit of flex. Makes the clicks feel light. Don't know if they feel light, but they feel alright. I feel like an normal 120. Full show. There's a video on the Fnatic bolt I see on the table. There's a few live streams about. You can have a look and go back to my VODs on YouTube. There will be a video, but there's needs to be a few more to finish it off first before we go back and show you the wraps. But you can look at the live streams of that. There's about 2 or 3 of them, I can't remember. But yeah, let's have a look. You'll see it. It should be labelled. My keyboard and mouse randomly stops working when I'm just watching YouTube. That's weird. Saving up for Ultra X. Fair enough. Well, I will be giving the modded one away, so you never know. So it looks exactly the same design as the other versions. I've got this little lip on it still, like a little bit of a thinner run on the hexagon. Looks like, can't even show you, but see how it stands up a little bit compared to like this one. This one's flatter, and then they've kept these side wing bits to keep the strut a bit better on the rear panel. And the middle one. These things feel light though. Whatever they've used this composite is light. It's probably the lightest material I've felt of any gaming mice. So whatever they've used is very good at. Someone needs to work out what it is because it's pretty light. 2.7 grams, 2.8. It's definitely light for a rear panel. First time catch me live. Hey. I'm usually live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I won't be live this Friday though because I'm away, but I might be live Saturday maybe. We'll see. Schedule still changes up a bit. Is there stuff from your shop shipping from the UK? Certainly is, Dominic. So here's it's like a half mouse. I guess you could run it as like a half mouse if you wanted to. We'll try that weight model later. By the way, they've kept their rear brace on it, which they didn't do that, I don't think, on the last version. Normally it was like a massive piece that came out, if you remember the battery panel, they've took that off. So it's almost like a half a shell. So maybe they're tweaking us to a fingertip mod, because it'd be quite nice as a fingertip. Now let's take out these hexagon screws, torque ones. What you see there? I've been playing a lot of Tarkov, so we'll see me playing Tarkov a bit. Normally say no stream gaming. Oh, game on Fridays and test stuff and giveaways on Fridays. And then Mondays are normally commissions that I've got around, and Wednesdays are normally whatever mice I've got to mod and stuff. I've got the Dulux 8. Got this take apart. It's the 4K version. We've got to take apart this Z1 as well. I've got the Beast X's coming now and a few others. I've got loads of mice to take apart, so I might have to ramp up my schedule a little bit because I'll be here all year, which is one of the problems. March is the next batch. Okay, is that what they're coming out for next? Check their Discord, their posted updates there. How do you feel so far with the Ultralight X? Just got your Lion Phantom. I think it's got a little bit of flex on the front, this one. The other one doesn't, I've got two. I don't like the scroll encoder. Don't particularly like the side button setup still, as I've always said. Don't like the skates, but overall I certainly prefer this. It's probably the best Finalmouse I've had, and it's certainly the one that I consider maining because it is quite nice. Even with its, let's say, nuances, which all of them do have, so this is definitely the best version. And I like the weight of it, 38 grams. The screws help with tightening with the tightness of the triggers, also the wobble. You definitely don't help with the wobble most of the time. Let's have a look. Look at that, nice bit of wobble. Maybe trap it, maybe. That's as tight as it's going to go. I mean, yes, it traps it, but it's going to stop the wobble. There. Really? The only thing that's going to stop the wobble is a slightly better button design, because the only bit of support is at the rear. There's no support all the way along, so the further it goes away from that screw, the more wobble you're going to get. You could maybe trap it here. So they can. Another way around is there's quite a gap here, you see it? You can tighten up that. But until you tighten that up, or whatever that tolerance is, so on that side, you're not going to stop the wobble. Like, I can literally get that in. No matter how tight you tighten the screw. They might change the dimensions later on, yeah, but not in this version. The mouse wheel's very good. It's probably the best mouse wheel they've done. Definitely. Just the encoder I don't like. It's a bit too much for me. I'm saying it's not, it's a bit like an Alps, which I'm not overly a fan of. It's a little bit too snap, a bit too notchy, a bit too much feel. So, but if you like flicking for your weapons, it's probably pretty good. .9, so I've moved my scales to 1. Can't quite tell, it's a bit slow. Still haven't found my main screwdriver yet. Finalmouse to the tolerances can't be too tight. We're adjusting it with the batch 2 version for future batches. Yep, agreed. We'll have to maybe tweak the design or just accept that there's going to be some play in it. Like, it's also because they're not particularly like strong. They're quite like light and like, so they're always going to move. Like, unless you can secure it at the top, there will be play, or you're gonna have to get somewhere, like you said, to tighten up that tolerance in there. But like I say, it's a risk, because then it might rub or not ever. So it's up to them. Depends what they pick. But these are pretty flimsy because of the weight. So it's kind of one of the risks. Not all the risks. One of the things you have to accept when you have lighter mice. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. So. Like, I have more of an issue with the switch than I do with the play in the button. So, like, let's look at this. There's a Juice X. Let's call it Juice X of the game, but it's a M800 Ultra from Deluxe. But you can see like maybe a fraction of movement. They've got this thing away. Is that morbid curiosity? So a bit heavier, obviously. Like this one. This one's pretty solid. See that? They're not moving, but they are heavier. So there's designs on the buttons that you can get around it. That's only 10 grams heavier, and it's solid. So I think you could certainly tweak it a little bit. This is an interesting. It's like a half body shell. Bought 0.00 scales. Mother had a word. You think you're getting some little bags, does she? Since batch 3 is the latest one, you can implement it in their latest batch. I don't know what batch this is. I have no idea. But I think it's definitely their best version of it. They've kept a very similar design to the Starlight 12.
I've got balls of steel.
Cheers, V. Is it Velda?
I've got balls of steel.
926. How you doing, mate? Like, you can see they've thought about all these ridges to stop it from flexing. Like, this has got pretty good rigidity for its size, and like the weight, it feels pretty light. We've tweaked the design a little bit. 5 grams. Like, if we take some weight out of this, it's definitely going to flex more. So, you can tie that straight off the bat. Is that room table? Are you able to do a hot swappable PCB for the G Pro X? What? 1? Definitely. Also, I left before hearing the answer earlier, but how good can you make the side buttons on the G Pro X? You can make them really close, so you can basically breathe on them and they'll fire. Depends how tight you want them to be, but it's up to you. Looking forward to see the UltraLight X Tiger soon. Yes. What switches are used? We don't know. We're going to find out. Let's have a look. Oh, what a surprise. TTC on the main scroll, which I guess it's the purple one, so they like it because it's more firmer. We've got the Omron. This is the medium round. It's not Japanese, it's China version. It's basically the 20mm China version that every single manufacturer is using, which people say they seem to prefer. I don't know why, because horrible, and they've got Omron sides. So, I mean, the side button's exactly the same as the other versions have done, but they have secured them a bit nicer. Like how they've, after watching the video of us drilling it out, trimmed out the extra bit of resin there. Still glued it by the looks of it. Just don't like the fact they're not coloured again. Not the same as the Starlight. What's that? Switch. Chinese on 20mm for the Ultralight too. Not the same as the Starlight. I mean, you could say they're a different version, they're an OF version. But it's still a 20 million Omron. So what the OF means, who knows? You could tell us they've tweaked it and they've binned it and customised it, but the tile feel exactly like the other 400 we've taken out this week. Like here, there's another one. There's a G1 version we took out this week. Don't be fooled, they're not better on them. Exactly the same. Maybe they've tweaked something inside it. Or when they've done that for Logitech. You're going to change the whole manufacturing process for this one switch? I don't see it, but you never know. Maybe. What do I know? What's the bit on the right side, the right hand side that is gold? This bit, it's the antenna. So they've trimmed out all the res to get the weight out of it. Although everyone keeps talking about next batch. Well, the next batch. The only fans you slag. Red Dorito. It shouldn't be in the next batch. It should be in the batch everyone's buying. That's the point, right? You shouldn't be releasing multiple batches and everyone's going to be like, oh, I want batch 3. I want batch 2. Like, Finalmouse have released a lot of mice, so they shouldn't be messing around with batches at the minute. How rigid are the carbon pieces compared to plastic? I got a little bit more flex to be fair. But we've got, you know, let's say we took this for instance. This is difficult to compare because we've only got the metal version versus these. No one's really done these unless you look at something like a Model O maybe. But they're quite thin as well. So, I mean, this is very rigid to be fair. With those struts and stuff. For its size, it is a little bit of flex, but for its size and its the amount of stuff here, this is rigid, especially like bending that way. It's good. Don't expect a 38 gram mouse to be like extra rigid because it won't. Oh, bin dom runs, blah blah blah. Don't believe it, mate. Even if they are, it doesn't matter. They're on run 20 mils. Can you hot swap full PCB in the G Pro X2? Nope, because it uses OptoMX switches. Not at the minute anyway. Was there no testing like letting pro players give feedback? Exactly, game. Or can why don't let send them out to people? Send them out to people like me or other people, and we'd go, don't do this, don't do that. It's basic stuff like change the damn cable colour, man. I was even in the render. Why? It should all be black, black and gold. Make it gold or black or something. Don't make it coloured. I think people want 20 million on-runs, which is one of the reasons why they're doing it, which is fine. But then that's what people want. That's what people want. But personally, I wouldn't have any China on-run switch. The best one is the OptoMech, which they've released in Logitech. At least they've wrapped it in black, this cover. That's a sticky pad, okay. But definitely the best Finalmouse that's come out, I reckon, for a long time, if not the best. But yeah, like I say here, dust. Not ideal. I've been at it a week. My cats are absolutely going to destroy that. It's going to be like just a ball of hair behind dragging around on it. Thinking about doing a special coating colour for mine. What colour are you going, man? Was that to wrap? Let's change the time. Wonder how much the wrap weighs. We'll find out. Yeah, it's got some thick boy adhesive. They don't want that rattling around, that's for sure. Probably about half a gram, mate. That's what it normally is. The gold wrap, they've just got it black this time. But you can see they've gone for a custom wrap, so why not just go for a custom cable? Like, even if they're all just black or red or gold, it's a pretty thick adhesive. What's the best way to contact you for the project? Go to shop.beardybob.com. There's a chat up on there. You message me on there, it's the easiest way. Don't email me. Just talk to me on there. I'm not on there 24/7 like people think. It's only me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, trust me. 0.3. I can understand why they don't want to put a massive a load of adhesive on there. Sorry, a limited amount of adhesive on there so people don't complain about the battery rattling around. I mean, they've gone for a 250 milliamp battery, which I'm pretty sure is a stock battery. Wasn't the Superlight a 250 milliamp? This is looking around. You look around, you find. Yeah, 250 milliamp. So this is the original Starlight 12. And here's the new one. I mean, what, expected to 280 milliamps? Really? Is it? Maybe it's under the wrapper. But it's the same battery. It's gone from white to yellow for the temp. Maybe it's gone up in same thickness. In fact, it looks slightly shorter. Where the PCB is. What's the weight difference from the Starlight to the Ultralight X? This medium's 38 grams. I can't remember what the original medium was. It 44, 47 grams? Maybe 10 grams difference. That's the OG. That's what the OG version of the one is. We'll keep the wrap on it for now, but we'll take it off in a sec. So the OG battery was 5.6. The new battery with the wrap on it is 5.2, so a little bit of weight, 0.4 maybe saved. See what the wrap difference is. Slightly higher than the label says. Has someone confirmed that, have they? Or is we just here saying? I mean, to be fair, the battery life's been fine, but I've not run it on 4K. It's been totally fine on 1K, no issues whatsoever. I'm pretty sure legally you've got to clarify the battery milliamp, right? Could be wrong, right? It just came in. What's the weight on the stock battery? 5.6 was the stock originally, or the Starlight one, and this one's 5.2 grams. I mean, what people are telling me in the chat is everything's not what we see here. It's got different switches. They're just going to do that in batch 3. We've got the battery's not what it says on the label. The skate's going to be different. I don't know. Don't worry about the switches. Batch 3 is going to have different wobble adjustments on it. Like, come on, please. Who's telling you all this? Looking forward to trying 4K polling. Won't be too excited, Ryan. A whole different mouse by batch 3. I know exactly, yeah. What it sounds like, doesn't it? Everything's different. Can you put razor switch in the Finalmouse? Nope. Optomex is a... The one good thing we're not talked about, they've kept mechanical switches, which is good. I thought they might put opticals in it because they want the fastest of the fast, but I like how they've kept the mechanical switch. That means you can put any switch you want in it ourselves. That's good. Because Optomex are horrible for mush. So it's okay, the engine looks like a 1.1, but really it's a V8. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's what it sounds like, isn't it? That's what people are telling me. Like, you can't come here and tell me everything's going to change in different batches and shit. It's what's in front of us, right? There's no way legally they can put different milliamp batteries and tell us it's going to be a different size. Maybe we could change it, I don't know. I don't know how you test it for the right milliamp. Do you know what I mean? Japanese will fill ass in the Ultralight X. Why? Japanese on ones are by far the most superior switch. Way better than the Chinese version, right? The triggers are softer. Are they? The Japanese on is probably the lightest switch, and it's got the best click compared to the China ones by a long way. Very easy to get this off. Let's cut it maybe. I'm trying not to, but there you go. Try to burst the battery, that'll be ideal, won't it? Set my house on fire. I mean, they can't be any heavier than what was in the Starlight 12, given they're using magnesium body. Made it so heavy it was unreal. The thing is about switches is personal preference, right? So, Biddy Bum's house burns down. Possibility.
I've got balls of steel.
Module for the temp slightly higher up the battery. Unfortunately, we've ripped off the brand in there. Oh yeah, still 250 milliamp there. Maybe there, you can just about see it. You see the bottom left? Who's dead? Cheers, Flying Karma, for the follow. Cheers, man. Cheers, Black, is it, for the follow as well? Didn't realise that, mate. Sorry, apologies. Everything with the same mouse, people blindsided by hype. Well, whoever believes marketing, right? What was the marketed weight for this? Wasn't it 34 grams? $32 grams, and this one weighs 38 grams. Quite a difference, huh? If you imagine, that was my original concern when they spec'd the small ones with 29 grams. It weighs a bit more than a screw, maybe, or more than a skate. So that says everything about the marketing. So let's just leave it at that. It's not a fan of my screen. Need a precision scale. Even if my scales were well off, 38 to 32 is quite a big difference. So it's like 20% difference. Is that batch 4? They're going to be back down to that weight, is it? That's because it's batch 2 with the extra weight. You're going to say that. I just wish people would tell us the right weight. I mean, that's like good. The first thing we do is weigh it. Like, so that small one's not going to be 29 grams, right? Could be wrong, but right. OG battery. Now with the new battery, they definitely changed the battery, so you can see that. But people are telling us it's got more power in it. I mean, maybe, right? But it's smaller for a start. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit smaller. Hard to say. Just same thickness, maybe. Don't measure it, but it's similar. There's no way that's a 280 milliamp battery. Tell you that. Let's see what it weighs without the label. 4 grams, 5 grams dead on? Close. That 7's going to weigh 9 grams. Like I say, this is the best Finalmouse. I think been out for a long time. By far the best scroll wheel they've done. It's just the encoder I don't like. It's a bit like it's a bit notchy, but that's personal preference, right? I can see that being good for people with weapons if they want to use it, which I do, but it makes it feels a little bit grippy. No mouse should have less than 250 milliamp. Depends. If you're running 1K, I think that's plenty. You can go below that. If you're running 4K, then you might want more than 250. You should probably have 300 milliamp. So same position of glue, and then glue on the front. So it looks like they've done the same clip format. 2 clips on the front, 2 clips on the back. Looks exactly the same mounting. It's nice to see they've trimmed out the PCB a bit, but we'll see that a bit more. So. This is a nice PCB. Like, they've done a good job here. I like it. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the way they stick on the side buttons, but not end of the world. They've definitely tightened them up in the body as well. On the Starlights, they could rattle a little bit, so they're a little bit tighter. Looks like the same connections and stuff though. Same ribbon cable. And I still don't like the fact they use a TTC, but that's probably because they want a firmer switch when people are pressing rather than an on-run super light. People will click accidentally. I think in fairness, when I was playing Tarkov, I could feel it clicking, so that's probably the reason, which, let's say, is justifiable. So. At least the wheel's centered. It is indeed, mate. Yeah, well spotted. Yes, yeah. I think they took some advice and learned. I've been listening to the community on some of this stuff. I think that was positive. Logitech don't tend to. Although they've done a bit on the Superlight 12. Superlight 12, my day's getting mixed up. The Superlight 2, they've definitely done some tweaks for the inner skeleton part that they've seen being modded, so they just didn't really acknowledge it. They're just secretly accepting that's fine. In fairness to Finalmouse, they did send me this one out to take a look at and chop up a little bit, so it's cool of them. I didn't have to buy the other one. Nope, they've took some nice, what's the other one, is it Zergen? They do a nice PCB, so this is definitely optimised, this PCB. It's definitely their PCB, fully customised. So that's good to see, it's not a common one. They haven't just ripped out something like the VGN Dragonfly and stuck it in there and gone, hey, here's your new mouse. This is definitely their custom work. Trying not to scratch the PCB. But when you put like all this effort into the blackened PCB and then you don't do the cables, like I say, it's that attention to detail. You just need to tweak that. Maybe batch 4. We saw that on the render, so I was just like, don't do it. It probably cost some. One good thing, they've kept the price down, right? Kept it at $180. So given the market's gone up and all that stuff, and this is carbon fibre or composite or whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but the base feels the same. But the shell is definitely different. Like, keeping it at that price range is good. That's competing it with some of the high end stuff like that. WL Beast is expensive, even though they haven't really got a brand. So I put pot cables on batch 3. Did you order the M3K? Nope. Sometimes they send me them, so maybe they'll send me one. Check out. At the moment, I've got a lot of mice, so I'm in no rush to look at anything else. I've probably got 3 months worth of mice to get through. Dragonfly F1 Pro or XM2WA? I don't know, difficult. Dragonfly F1 Pro is good, but they're different shapes. So I think it comes down to the shapes too on that. The in-game gear OP1, for instance, is built really well. Probably the best built mouse I've seen. The Dragonfly is very good for the budget. Like, they're both good, mate. I'd go for shape. Maybe pick the Dragonfly for the better MCU, because it hasn't got the CompuX in it. But if that really bothers you, which I'd probably prefer the shape over the MCU, if I'm honest. I think that would be cool if there was a really tight hot swap mouse, like the Wooting. We just brought some hot swaps out recently, and someone done it. I'm trying to think. They glued the sensor down this time, or they let it go this time? Oh, there's a bit of stickiness in that, but it's not stuck to it. Right, so the scroll wheel. Again, some kind of composite, but actually quite nice. I quite like the ridges on it. The rubber's not going to wear out. It might wear the plastic maybe down. They're all pretty nice, that's to be fair. Actually, don't like the rubber on the final mice. So hopefully now they've sorted the scroll wheels out, this feels like decent. If you want to change it, you've got another one to flick it to. I like the thickness of it as well. 8mm is pretty thick, it's nice. One and a half grams. Okay. Dragonfly is just 49 grams. It's like a Dragonfly. It's well built as well. You having to remove the glue to remove the PCB? Yep, you are indeed, mate. You can see here, glued on it, you see it? They do it because of rattle and probably to stop people taking them out. So I'm sure the original Starlight not have it, and then they bought it on the next version after the Aries and Hades and stuff. What was the one after that? I forgot what version it was now. There've been so many, but then they glued it. I think it's because the sensor wrong. We've got the same purple, basically the same switch setup, purple TTC, and we've got the on-runs. What I did notice was, if people have seen that yet, they've raised, look down to it, they have raised the switch on the scroll wheel press. A little bit of a, just raised it a little bit up there, that's all that is. Make it a bit clickers, not as much flex in it. Black cable's confirmed about that's 3. You think the rattle will start now the glue's been removed? I doubt it, mate. But you could always glue it back, I suppose. Is it a tail encoder? Yeah. Presume it's a 9mm again. Grey top Kale encoder, but it's not a red. Sometimes they're so tight against it you can't see. We'll find out if we might change it. Well, we are going to change the switches in this. But we won't be able to find out this teardown. Presume it's a 9mm again. Or was it a 10mm? It's a 9mm encoder. Okay. But it's a nice PCB. So they definitely optimised it. They've chopped out all of the bits you can. They haven't chopped the pins off it, which is good. Makes it easy to take off, but well, they've chopped them off though, ironically. I know they haven't. They've just they're a bit shorter because of the lifted part of it. So finally got USB-C. Whoopie doo. What's the MCU? Look, presuming it's the Nordic one. You'd hope so. So sensors are PW3395DM-T6QU. USB-C makes me happy. It is purely for the cable. The speed doesn't really bother me, but the cable does. And it's using the NS2840, is it? So it's got the Nordic a Nordic one, but you can't actually tell. It's got a bit of dot on it, a bit of a white dot, but yeah, it's not a Nordic one. So no skimping on the components there, which we didn't we're expecting them not to be fair. No surprises on the PCB. Nice. Gonna weigh it, but it's got the side buttons on compared to other PCBs. 10 grams. A bit heavier than I thought it was gonna be, to be fair, given its size, but anyhow. So that VidScore, how light do you think you can get it? I don't know. I'm hoping to get it below 30, but I don't see it. We'll see, I guess. It's pretty light, it's pretty trimmed out. Below 30 would be good. Probably to the weight it should be at 32 would be nice as well. Here's the base. It's definitely got a little sticky bit for the sensor. It's not stuck up this time. Looks pretty much the same as all the other ones we've seen. Light, I reckon 7 grams. Oof. Oh my days, yeah boy! Got that from Logan, I think. Damn. That's when you weigh too much stuff. Just come back where they skimped on exactly. I haven't skimped anywhere, other than the cable colouring, to be fair. Overall, hello my butcher friend, you doing so, right? Overall, I think this is definitely the best Finalmouse they've created. They've definitely took some ideas that they've seen and the feedback from the community. I'd like to have still seen better side buttons. I don't particularly like them, but I think we're stuck with that. The mains still have a little bit of wobble in them. You can tighten the screws, but they still wobble. I don't like the Omron 20mm. I don't like the KL encoder in it. It's a bit too notchy for me, but their personal preference. Scroll wheel's nice in terms of the actual scroll wheel itself. The build quality is good. There's a little bit of creaking on the front of mine. On this version, on the other version I've got, there isn't creaking, so it just depends. Overall, it's nice. Don't like the skates, but they have flattened out the bottom, which is good. Now you don't need to sand them anymore, thank God. So yeah, nice. We're good to sort it out there. Sticky pad so you don't get a load of hair from your cats on it. But yeah, overall decent. Coating's nice. We know what it is. I don't exactly know what it's made out of, but it's certainly light. You can feel that. I don't think you're gonna get this much lighter from the manufacturer. So they've done a good job. It's very nice. Would I recommend it? I'd buy one. I quite like it. I quite like the medium shape. Definitely all over it. But there's certainly some good competition out there. So $180. I think if it goes any dearer than that, I don't think it would be viable given what's out there. But you know, compared to like something like the Razer Viper Signature, this is definitely a better mouse. And a lot lighter. And definitely built better. That thing sucks. That doesn't suck, but you know. 7 grams, it wasn't scripted. First time we took it down, mate, how can I script that? I wish. That's purely from just fingering a lot of mice. Lucky guess. Now we get to see what we can do with it. Excuse my cough. Where's my cursor going? What did he say? Touch a lot of mice, mate, that's it. Don't let your dirty mind get any further than that. Right. This year we're going to do a lot more stuff now. I need to get back on it. My room needs tidying still, as you can see, but we're getting there. I am the one good to see, mate. You're right. We just stripped it down, mate. That's what it looks like. I'll take a picture, actually. Well, I remember. Okay. Hardest thing in the board. Hey, always good to see you. I'm the one as well. So yeah, we've been playing a bit of Tarkov, like an arena. We're been playing OG Tarkov as well, so generally what I'm playing Fridays. Can't play this Friday, I'm in Dublin, but generally playing Fridays, and then we can test mice out and all kinds of stuff. There's always a giveaway on a Friday as well, where you watch me at the minute you earn points, and then those points can turn into prizes. Yes. I need to buy a tape. I need to buy tape for the tape mod. Is the aluminium one still good? I prefer the PTFE stuff. Stevie Wonders recommended it, so I look for PTFE tape. It's pretty good. Aluminium still works, or normal tape works, or plaster works, but PTFE is pretty good. You're gonna make it lighter? Yep, we're gonna do weight mod on it now. But it puts me behind him. I'm gonna give away this version, this one we mod for the Finalmouse. So it'll be on a Friday night. Don't know which one yet, but we'll be giving that away. Those points you can use to go for it. Hopefully it won't be too butchered. It'll still be a shape of a mouse. Indeed.
I've got balls of
Cut it up.
steel.
Oh, we're gonna cut it up, don't we? Don't use this name, JP. Cheers for following me. Got that one right for a change, I think. How do you suggest to do a custom paint job on a mouse? You need an airbrush thing. These are pretty good, better than like a spray cam. Like it's an air sprayer. I've been trying a few different ones out, but it's difficult, mate. I'd probably just pay someone. By the time you bought all the stuff and things, I'm not sure it's worth it. I personally don't like buying them. Tried wrapping it. This is Pingu's we're doing for him. This was the wrapped version. It's about the 4th wrap. You can see we had some issues this time with it. It's not the easiest thing to wrap. So we've now sprayed one. Show you the spray. It's a sprayed version. It's cleaner, but takes a lot more effort. Still not finished. So yeah, do you do custom paint jobs in your shop? Nope. Definitely better sprays out there. I might do some later on when I start doing like plain colours, but I'm not doing like complicated shapes and stuff. It just takes way too much time. Like go to Nacho Customs or Leonardo da Mouse, something like that. They're way better. And they do it all the time. When modding mice, gaming mouse, do you use lighter or heavier switches for your mouse? I prefer KL4s or I use Japanese on-ROMs. It depends. Depends on the mouse, depends on what I'm trying to do. If I want a spam click, I probably wouldn't use a KL4. But I actually do like a KL4 personally. I need to try some of these other ones though, but like I've not properly tried these out yet. I've got loads of new switches I need to try, so I need to do some new mod switch ones, so don't know, these feel quite nice. I'm not actually sure what they are. Oh, a HCKX, is it something? I don't know. But I did like, I still like the Kel Red. Blank, okay, I thought it was black. Blank, okay, cheers man. TTC Gold's nice, 30mm, I don't like the 60 and I hate the 80. Way too mushy, but that's personal preference. Depends what you want. Running white dot. Got a lot of switches. I've not even tried half of them. Need to get, excuse me, need to get back on them. But it's personal preference, epic. It depends what you want. Whether you like really light click or not. Like you'll find like resting your fingers on mice. Like if I have it too light, I'll fire my shot or trigger it. So that's personal preference. Depends on the mouse itself, whether the buttons are extra light. Like on a Starlight 12, you probably want a lighter switch because they're way heavy, those switches, the buttons themselves. So it's all personal preference, right? Right, well, let's get on. The first mod of this Finalmouse UltraLight we're going to do is a non-destructive one. So we'll take out some of the bits, we won't chop it up yet, we'll see what weight we can get it to. It was 38 grams stock, and then we'll get down to the cutting and the nitty-gritty. So, let's see, we'll put it back together. What's your prediction of a non-destructive mod? I'll leave the battery the same for now. Could put a 150 milliamp in it, which would be viable on a I guess on a 1K. I don't see why not. Can PCB trimming be applied? I mean, you might get a bit off the back, mate, but I mean, if you want to destroy your Finalmouse, that's fine. The only bit I can see where you could trim is this corner, but I mean, I'm not going to do it. For the weight, it's not worth it to damage the PCB. You might be able to trim down here, but if you want to do that, that's your choice. You'll be able to trim out. You can definitely trim out these brackets holding this together, because I've drilled out all that before, which is kind of where they've got this idea from. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. 7 grams of weight base, yeah. Now, if you're watching, you'll be able to work it out pretty easily. Let's see. Let's see who's paying attention to the weight mods. The weight mods, the teardowns. Someone asked whether it would rattle. Like, hold the side buttons in actually. There's no rattle. Like, you can see where it clips against it where it was glued. Sometimes you get a sense of rattle. Let's see if it focuses my camera. We've took the glue out of it because we took the PCB off, which was here. You can see it's tight. But yeah, there's no rattle. The side button's rattle. You can hear that, but that's the side button. I mean, you're not looking at much weight here. You can't really trim the side buttons off unless you want to destroy it. So we'll try with the side buttons. These are a gram in weight, for instance. Stop battery for now. Try it with a smaller battery. And what are you going to take out of it? Like the label off it? If you leave the screws out of it, I don't see the point in them. If I'm honest. You didn't stop the wobble. I mean, it's pretty much the same with or without it, to be fair. Is that Phantom Joy? Don't want to bother Bob anyone. Know the breakdown so far. Should be able to go back on the VOD, mate, on that one, but no worries. It's the one day first non-destructive weight mod. You need the screws. Why do we need the screws? Let's have a look. Maybe it stops it moving around, maybe. Let's have a look. Slightly out of position, that one. The front triggers will feel ass. We'll have a look. We'll find out, mate. We will find out. How's it going to change the front trigger? Because it don't push down? Maybe. As long as the back maintains it, it should be okay. We'll see. The wobble will be worse without them. I bet it's exactly the same. Straight up. We'll put them in a minute, I'll show you. The wobble doesn't change because there's a show you one. You see how these sit in? See this? Can't show you, let me show you a bit closer. See that raised bit? Okay. When the button goes on, I'll show you here, it fits into that square bit, yeah? So whether you put a screw in there or not, it isn't going to stop this wobble. It might clamp down slightly on the top of the shell maybe, against this base, but it ain't going to stop it. Modded it before Bob even did his mouse. Probably did, mate. I didn't get mine until Christmas. But the wobble ain't gonna make a difference. Like, it needs more than a screw in, that's for sure. Oh, sure. I mean, to be fair, the screws are going to make a little difference in weight, I'll be honest. But it looks exactly the same as it did stock, if you remember. You can put your screws in it. There's your 2 screws if you want. I don't understand why they made them a different style anyway. I mean, probably not worth the weight, but there you go, 0.2. Need a bit of tape. It'd be fair not to mark it with tape. Might save a gram here. Gonna need more than a couple of screws taken out of it to get any weight out of it. Oh, sure. I don't think we ever checked was the balance. God damn. Nuclear cell. It's too far, mate. You've gone too far now with the nuclear cell. I mean, fundamentally, it's not really changed the design from the Starlight 12. There's a little bit of different struts and stuff, but put 1 screw in the bottom. We don't need to. Straight off the bat without using any on the mod. So, do we have more wobble? Nope. It's exactly the same. In fact, the right one feels a bit tighter, to be fair. Well, it's different. But if you want to put it in, you can do. Your travel feels exactly the same. Don't feel tight more because you're screwing them down here, mate. You're not screwing them down at the front. You're screwing at the back. If anything, it'll lift them up because the pressure's on the back, so it'll pick them up. Let's put the on the other side. Pants skates, they're definitely thinner material, the skates. I mean, we're not going to save much here. Was it 38? Here, save a gram. If you want to put your screws in it, you can. You get. Maybe saved a gram. I might save a bit more with some dots, but it's not even worth looking at. In fact, you probably won't because they're pretty light, these skates on their own. Pretty light, 0.5 grams, so you might get some dots that are lighter, but they're pretty light to be fair. Is that 3M nano tape? I don't think nano tape, it's just normal thing. You can put let's put the screws in just to see, but that's what it looks like without the screws. Let's see. Morbid curiosity. Are they more clickly? They're just like a normal. I'm on 20 mate, they got a bit of a click to them. Not linear. I mean, they're only doing 3 points there. Not only is it those two front ports, it also sits on the rear circle as well here. The circle's also raised. Focus camera! If they weren't there, I'd say, yeah, sure, screw them all. But, I mean, it isn't even worth the 0.2 of a gram whatever it is, but... The hardest thing is trying to get the screw. I don't think there's a mouse that has a linear switch, is there? Unless you mod it. They're all clicky. Let's find my main screwdriver. You can use the stock skates again. Well, they're there for weight. I won't be using them. They're there just as like an example. Just like a big one, isn't it? So. Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice. Cheers, Bob. Cheers, homie. Wife off in a brew. Must be something dangerous going on. 20s. You have to chop it in half to do 20s, but it's possible. You can do that if you want. I might cut it. I might cut the back of it off here, up to this bit. I'll be later then, don't worry. Right, screws are in. As tight as they possibly can get at ripping the threads. But still got movement. Maybe a fraction tighter, maybe. Any double click issues with it? Not yet. I've only had it about 3 days. Maybe I was using it on. No, maybe I've had it a week actually. I think. Did you write about the triggers? Mate, there's no difference. There's still as much play. That we just showed. Right, if it is that much of an issue, sure, screw them in. I won't even take them out for the 0.2 of a gram, it's not worth it. But yeah, you'll save 0.2 grams. That's what it looks like. Anything trying to fit back together is a pain. Those front clips. Let's check the pre-travel with it. No. So, and that's fully screwed in, yet you can still. Might be fractionally less wobble, or less be able to pull it to the side, but like it's so microscopic. Right, let's take her off. Decide if you want to screw or not to screw. But it ain't going to fundamentally change your mouse. What it will change though, if you want to take this rear panel off, you're going to have to screw the buttons down. This is more of an essential bit, I would say, rather than am I going to take out those screws for weight or not. See you, Bob. Nice. Tea milky. That'll be. Jam on toast, cheers. Bit milky there. Another jam on toast one. A little bit milky, but thanks, babe. You're the best. I mean, you're going to have to screw them if you take the rear panel off because you can't use the screw mount, so there's any choice. Ultimate fingertip. I'm going to waste a jam on toast tea bag with me. She tripped me last time, didn't she? Last time she made me a cup of tea, she gave me jam on toast tea. Absolutely vile. Grim, yeah, exactly. Right. Is this still got a screw? It's not got a screw, is it? Right, okay. Well, that's problem number one. You're going to have to glue it, but we're not going to, because they haven't got any clips. It's not like a razor. New misses needed. She gives me a thingy, mate, maybe. I mean, you take the rear panel off, but it is going to sit up, so I'd say you'd have to drop a bit of glue in each corner. Not the end of the world. But this isn't. Maybe you could tape it. It's an undestructive mod, so we won't glue it, but that's what you're going to have to do. Let's see what that comes out with. Because you can't screw it because the screw mount's in the thing still. RMA. So we can get down to 35 grams, and that's taking the rear panel off. So we're still not at the actual weight of it. It's ultra fingertip. Yeah, you could do it. I quite like it if I put it as fingertip. We're probably going to chop the back of it off as part of the mod at the very end. We'll see. If that's what they're doing, showing it being 35, what, just like that? Here's the new 35 gram mouse. Rear panel's cheating, agreed. The other problem you've got as well is you can take the side buttons out. Probably save a gram, I think. We tried it before and we chopped the sides off. We took the side buttons out so you could cut them off, but this is like if you want to wrap pillow it. I don't know why you'd buy it for this reason, by the way. Just get a different mouse, please. Don't chop it up like this. Still at 34. And if you wanted to take off the scroll wheel, if you just like forget the scroll wheel. I think it's going to be like 33 or something. Oops, sorry. If you want to use no scroll wheel, no side buttons, you want to somehow just fingertip this, which it would make no sense. We'll show you what's possible, right? This is what we're doing here. We're showing the possibilities if you wanted to configure it. Which, I don't see who would want to configure like this, but let's cover all bases. You still want to use your skates. Then 32 grams is where you're going to get it to, pretty much, without wrecking it. I mean, if you want to run it to that wrap pillow spec, that's fine. Now, you could put a 150 milliamp battery in it. Excuse me, let's find one. Which 4K is going to get pretty destroyed, but 1K will be okay. What are your thoughts on the texture of the scroll surface? I quite like the scroll, it's nice. Yeah, it's decent. I like it. It's a lot better than the rubber. I'd take this all day long over rubber. Can't really show you that. Oops, not my rubber. See it? I'd definitely run that all day compared to rubber. Take the cage off. Couldn't get your fingers in there. You'd have to like, we could run like this. There's the ultimate Finalmouse, like this. Here it is. Is that what you want? So you're saying you want to run it like that? There you go. They made the lightest Finalmouse around. 23 grams. You could run someone, I'm sure, when I get 3D printed up and running, maybe we'll do it. Someone will probably run like a little attachment that'll come up here and you can just push the buttons. But I mean, it must be nuts to do that. Because I'm tight, I'm going to use the same tape. Right, it's 150 milliamp versus the 250 milliamp. You can definitely guess the weight. Here's a stock one. And then we're going to put a 150 in, which is actually 100 milliamps less. At 1K, it'll probably be perfectly fine. So there you go, add 2 grams. Optimum text new Finalmouse, yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, you can just get a VGN Dragonfly PCB and pretty much make any mouse you want. So the colour codes are alright. You need to change it. This is literally a straight swap. Slightly thicker cable. How do you get the scroll wheel out? Can you just pop it out at right angle? Nope, you have to pin the front up. These clips. It won't come out otherwise. Now I'm going to put it all back together, so I'll show you. Put the front clip off. Did that front clip off? Put it in like that. 2 side buttons fit, because they're a pain on this one. You get your hands on the WL mouse yet? Yep, I have. I've got that one, I've got the mini one coming as well. So, still on the agenda. I've got a lot on the agenda. Send me one out. Still got the screws in, yeah, stop any arguments for the 0.2 of a gram. I've got the full size WR and the sending with the mini out as well. So we'll get both. I'll be testing it on stream. It might be this Saturday or it might be next Friday. On Tarkov, so if you want to see it in action and chat to me, then that's where it's best to chat to me while I use it. Anything interesting? I really might just switch the battery around for 150 milliamps on non-destructive. Honestly, I wouldn't even bother doing this to it. What are your thoughts on it? I have one coming today. I mean, I've not really tried it, mate, so I can't really give them. I've literally took out the box, had a look. Still was okay, but well early days. So, 150 milliamp battery and some skates. You're still looking at 36 grams. 2 grams difference to the main weight. Won't bother. It is 8%, I guess, if you wanted to class it as percentage, which is the best way to calculate weight reduction. So maybe you'll feel it. I doubt it. Does it still work? Yes, it does. We didn't see it glow. It did glow. Ready? Boom. See? Now we're going to cut it up. It's possible to swap the bottom base for the Starlight base. Don't know. Why would you want to bother? They're both the same weight. Pretty sure the other one's 7 grams or close to it. Yeah, you got to pull the DPI off it. I don't get why you'd want to do that. Each to their own. probably get a bit light if you took the side buttons out. Let's try actually. Well, take another gram off, get it down to whatever weight it is. Use the same T5 screw. Don't know, will it? Is it going to crit into there if it's titanium? I don't know. What's your reason for swapping the base? More interest? More steady mouse and better internals. So you want the metal magnesium top, but the better internals of the ultralight or something. Is that what you're trying to do? 38 grams, yep. It was indeed. Just swap the PCB, that'd be a better option. If you wanted the better internals, we want to keep the same colour or something like that. I'd just swap that part of it. I mean, they look pretty close. So you have to compare against my other suit to Starlight Teardown. I've done a lot of them, so should be hard to find. But yeah, they're similar design. I'd just try and swap the PCB, mate, rather than the base. Unless you don't want to cut it out or something. Spinal Crush. How you doing, man? Just doing the destructive one now. Good timing. That literally was taking out the DPI. I want the hump of the Infinity. Okay, I can see why now. Makes sense now, so. I get it. Stream's still on, mate. Yeah, refresh. Just died. YouTube died. Yes, that. Works now. Cool. Okay, look. Nice one. Just YouTube seems to bomb out too much bandwidth. We shall see. Anyway, if you're not on there, Twitch is the place to be. But it's more, seems to be better on YouTube, so we'll see. So what I was saying was, we're going to take this, we're going to trim out some more of the weight. I've got my safety glasses, so yeah, see. So the weight stock is 5.6. So let's see what we can get out of it. We might need my more expensive nippers for this. What we have to understand is what it's going to feel like when we cut it. Not looking to it here, I don't want to tarnish my thoughts. Let's see what I can come up with. First cut here. See what it feels like. Okay. Feels a bit more like metallic-y than I thought. Favorite cuisine? I like Thai, to be fair. thought my computer accidentally froze. No, it's just don't worry about it. Just freezes. Needs a good refresh, mate. Definitely flew across my room. It's all good. Yeah, I like Thai. I like Indian as well. Bit of curry. I like street food Indian. Just normal. If I could eat one all the time, it'd be Thai food. Or I quite like sushi. It's like a bit of everything. I'm not fussy, like my missus. I'm just trying to, you can see me pinging this bit off here. What I'm trying not to do is damage the outer edge. Suggest you don't do this to your one. Mod it at your own risk. Don't come crying to me. Ooh, dirty naughty kebab. Blank. You're right. I'll be in the mood for that though. I'll be in the mood for it. But yeah, I could do the kebab as well. Quite like Lebanese as well, like a mixed box of Lebanese. You have that, you get like rice and then you get like a bit of pork, a bit of chicken. I don't know, I kind of like that as well. I guess I'm not that fussed. Could have a bit of everything. So anyone else a nutter like Evermore and me chopping these up? Have you all got sense? Special seasonal ingredient you like on Thai? I like it spicy. I like the is it like what's the spicy pork like with mint and coriander? That's nice. I like that. I like it hot, but when Thai food's hot, like it's too hot for me. Like it's industrial, like Lowe's misses makes us some Thai pork. Oh my days, it's so hot. So hot. What's that? If it's an hour walk home, I'll grab 2 kebabs and eat them on the way. 2 kebabs? Damn sandwich kebabs is like a normal doner. I might have 1, I can't eat 2. Holy moly. I might have had like a dual kebab, like a chicken one and doner meat or something, but 2. Damn. Fuel for the walk. True that. This is after a few beers. The missus keeps finding me on like, I've been out with my mates, like a kebab on the sofa, like asleep with the cats around me. So I'm in Dublin this week. It's Scottish. Is it a deep fried kebab? I'll have to show you what I've done to it. I'll take a little bit more at the top here. I'm off to Dublin this Friday on an all day with my mates. 7 flights at like 7:45, I think. And then we come back at like 11 at night. So 1 day out drinking in Dublin. Wish me luck. Flying out. Be a beast. Carrot. Killed 2 chavs as a scad. Scav, mate, doesn't matter what you kill, mate. When I rock into Scav on Tarkov and I come out with a GPU literally spawned with it, then you know what I mean. I'm more superior than you, Carrot. The gods like me more than you on Tarkov. I'm the true champ. You shoot the chads in the armpits. You see, you're not showing me the killer, you just show which guns you've taken off him. An SR-25, that's a nice gun, that's my favourite gun. And the PP-19. It's alright, mate, it's alright. I knew the Chad though, to be fair, not the point. Do we have this discussion? I want to see the corpses, mate. That's what you need to show me. You teabagging them in the corpses. You level 29, they level 29. Have you travelled to any other country? At the moment, Japan travel tickets are cheaper compared to before. I've been to Japan, been to Osaka, Japan. I lived in New Zealand, lived in Australia. Been around Europe, travelled quite a bit, so. I like sushi because of New Zealand when I lived there. It's nice. Before that, I was pretty English, didn't really like it, but right, I'm gonna take this little bit on it. Yeah. I'm going Thailand this year. Where am I going this year? Been to France snowboarding in December. I'm going France end of this month snowboarding. I'm in Canada March and Thailand August, I think. And maybe going to America if my wallet will let me. I've not been travelling for a bit because of COVID, but now I'm fed up and I want to travel back. So I'm going a bit ham this year. Whether I make it out there all the places, I don't know, but I'm definitely going snowboarding Jan and Canada, because my mate's there. What yourself? You're not doing any travelling this year? Mrs. wants to go to New York. Obviously, you know what she's like at the minute. Or Canada. We'll see. Go try and fit it around my day job. Never mind my hobbing job. Hobbing job? Modding job? Hobby? You're going to Thailand too. Hey. Different reasons, mate. Different reasons. You'll make it back from New York like Alan Wake too. I need to finish that game. I'm not sure my heart can take it. Do you reckon travelling is cheaper though, do you? At the moment, ticket wise. I thought it was a little bit dearer, but it's always expensive travelling. What I like about this so far is it's easier to chop, which I'm sure Finalmouse will love to hear, than the magnesium. So let's have a look. I'll show you what this one looks like inside. I mean, it doesn't look like, look at the extra zoom. I'll show you some bits, but it almost looks like a plastic composite, but it's definitely lighter than ABS. You see the chop, but it still doesn't really look like carbon fibre. It's almost like a plastic composite, like you say. It's pretty strong though. Like it snaps more than bends. I like what material they've used. No one else uses this, that's for sure. It's definitely something different. What's that Dorito? I'm not going there for that Dorito to Thailand. Not voluntarily anyway. If I do, I've been attacked. Have you been to Mexico City? Tried their street tacos? No, I went to Cancun. I never really came out of the resort. And we were a bit disappointed because we didn't get Mexican food, which is ironic, so we probably should have gone to Cancun City. Mexico City, because it's around the corner. Cow and chicken intestines taco. Damn. Interesting. It was like a sausage, the intestine, I don't know. A little hard to process the ingredients, like chewy or just like later on. I can imagine the flavours of Mexico are amazing. I do like Mexican food as well. I guess I like all cuisines. I don't think there's any cuisine I do like. Maybe English I don't like. A bit boring. But I do like roast dinners and things like Aunt Shepherd's pie and stuff, so I'm not fussy. I like trying different types of food. I'm going to basically just nip along all these posts which we've done. Chewy feeling. If it's like sausage, I don't like the skin on sausages. So like if they're like not very good or they don't like, I guess, cook very well, I don't like chewing it. So I've not tried properly yet Wagyu. I've not tried Wagyu yet. Everyone keeps showing about the fat. I'm just like, I don't know. Probably should try it. Just trying to bankrupt myself when I do. Fake British. What, you like the extra chew? You've been around chewing cow intestines every Europe, carrot. I do not regret eating intestines. Oh, sausage and bacon. But okay, sausage and bacon. You're right. I'm not saying I won't eat it. I think I like a bit of. I kind of like bacon and egg or sausage and egg. I don't like bacon sausage egg. If that makes sense. I like a bit of mushroom on it. I'm not gonna. If it's got like cheap sausages with a ratty skin on it, I don't know. I don't like it. I like my sausages. You put them on the barbecue. I like them when they come off cremated and they're crunchy. That's what I like my sausage like. I love a bacon butty, mate. Just not sausage and bacon. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, burnt. I like my sausage burnt. I wouldn't even say burnt. I'd say beyond living. Like it's literally charcoal near enough. Do you know what I mean? Proper crunch on the top. That's all my sausages. I don't like them anemic when they come off. It's not for me. My missus moans at me, right? Because we're in the kitchen and the kitchen gets covered in smoke because I burned the sausages. And she moans because the kitchen's covered in smoke. I'm like, it's a kitchen, love, you know what I mean? Exactly, Cords, yeah. Korean food? Okay. Get me Korean food. The thing I don't like is like loads of ramen noodles. I get a bit bored of eating it. I'm not into like a soup and noodle like dinner. It's either soup or it's noodles. I don't like a mix, if that makes sense. My cooking skills are 0. Hey, it's what you like, you know what I mean, mate? You obviously just like it anemic, pure. Carrot. You got any pure tonight? Eating charcoal out the bag. I mean, there's still got a bit of meat in there. It's like a bit more texture to it, a bit crunchy, not like squidgy. You know what I mean? No, I'm squidgy. Taking this bar up. Well done steak. No, I like my steak rare. If it's a little bit fattier, like a ribeye, I like it medium rare. Just if it's cheaper, but I like my steak rare. I don't like my steak well done. Sacrilege. I only make omelettes. You're good at omelettes then. What's that, like a mechanic? You don't ask them to wash their apron because it makes them look. Ask them to wash their apron because it shows hard work. What, you show like their thingy, the blood on it or something about epic? Well done steak, yeah. Bob's one of the weird ones in the barbecue eating all the burnt food. I don't like burnt burgers. I just like burnt sausages, that's all. You just waft them over the grill, is that what you're saying? Charcoal. Straight out of the bag. I like crispy food. So when it comes out not crispy, that's what I don't like. But steak, I like it rare. I had a blue steak in New York and that was probably a little bit too rare. You could chop the bar out. I'm going to leave it in because I wanted to stay there for the fingertip later. We're going to take it further than that, Bob. Do burn pigs in blankets? Yes. Couldn't have got some in the fridge. Cremated. Oh, we're going further back than that. And there's the post for the screws. How much is the post going to weigh? Let's see. Is it worth cutting out? Probably not. So for now, we'll leave it. I want some pigs in blankets. I did some like chestnut stuffing with sage and onion. That was nice, but I like that bit burnt, you know what I mean? Got a cup of tea my missus made. It's virtually white. It's like milk. That's the milky tea. That's not my fault, that. I didn't make that cup of tea. Excuse me. Still got man flu. You're not crying yet, it's been chopped up. Feeling extreme pain, anxiety maybe. Would like to know it just chop up pretty well. Horrible over Christmas. It has been horrible. It just seems to play up. Yeah, let's see. It just froze a penny. If only Finalmouse did sides without holes. As far as an offered like that option to people yet, to be fair, where they've not given us giving people two different options. It's weird. I just thought by now they would have. Could do some huge holes like Pulsar. Pulsar is certainly better for that. Took more of a risk on the base, Pulsar. I like Pulsar mouse. Very nice. Let's look at my bandwidth anyway. Let's carry on now. Both should be back up. Just switched. You gain points on Twitch anyway. You can use towards giveaways. I'll be giving away whatever's left of this. Probably tonight then, but it will be given away. So the Pulsar base is thick, yeah, a bit like a Zowie. I've probably trim them down a little bit to be fair, but yeah, they are a little bit thick. Do we? Peter's gambled all his points. Get PCB out of it though from Finalmouse. Well, I don't know. Trim a little bit down the inside bit. Can you make me sponsorship as them? How do you mean, dude? Look, shall we trim that down? Will be a bit more flex, but works out well. I don't crush mice, but you might. Have to be careful if you trim them that tight. We're going to take this one pretty far, mate. We're going to turn it to a fingertip mouse after this first version. This one's going pretty far. Ryan. Let's see what's possible. I probably wouldn't do that to mine, although this is mine. But I wouldn't do it if you, unless you particularly want a fingertip mouse and you probably want a small version. If I'm honest, unless you want slightly width, more girth. I mean, we're nutter to this. Just trimming this post down. Are you going to mod this without losing structural integrity? Who knows? There's still going to be a bit of flex in it, mate. There's flex in it before, there's definitely going to be flex after this. It'll stay together. It'll be held together, that's what I mean. I see this one more as an interesting test than something I'd go and chop to pieces. Curiosity. This mouse is pretty well trimmed out, so unless you're an absolute nutter, I won't be doing this to it. Yeah, fingertip, you don't really squeeze it. You shouldn't be squeezing mice that much. You get RSI if you squeeze them too much. Like, yeah, fingertip, you should just be gently holding it. You shouldn't be like crushing them because you're gonna like get all carpal tunnel and shit. You don't be doing that in your hands. And people always say to me, oh, like certain mice flex, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, check your grip, man, rather than the mouse. Because damn, son, you're going to be like, you'll be like that in about 20 years. My fingers, like, look at my age. I haven't got any kind of RSI in my hands. Because I don't smash mice with my fingers, like, crush them to death, you know what I mean? The Hulk grip. Hulk hands, yeah, exactly. There's not many mice out there at the minute that, that flex, right? They flex if you put them under like extreme pressure. Like I can put that to flex. Like if I really like crush it, but I'm gonna hold a mouse like this up like that. Absolutely destroyed fingers in about 10 minutes. So like, relax. Let your hands flow. You need to like break your fingers. Make your aim worse, yeah, exactly, yeah. It'll also just destroy your arm for the rest of your life. Like, she'll just basically just rest in your hand. Like, light grip. Don't need to break the world record for the tightest grip. To anyone that says to be the mouse is flexing, to me says your grip's too tight. Ba, ba, ba. I'll trim quite a bit off it if you look. What was it, 5 point something? Hopefully it's below 5, 5.6 I think. Hopefully it's below 5, let's hope. Just. Yeah, exactly. You can't hold on longer than an hour. Like I can game for like 12 hours, longer than that, for 24 hours, like, and have no hand issues, like no pain or anything. So you shouldn't have any issues with hand cramp. It's either your grip or your, in terms of like the style of your grip, or your grip's just too tight if you're having problems with that. It's definitely gonna be hard to get much out of this, mate. The other one was hard, the Starlight. These are not easy ones to get weight off. These are specifically designed to be as low weight as possible. Like 38 grams. Did we get the saw down to Sura? Jitsu Sura down to like 29 grams? I can't remember. Was that something else? Oh, so it was 39 grams. Try not to split the top of the shell. I think it's 39 that. To get this below 30 is going to be pretty intense. Like when Finalmouse first released their one, so they're getting to 29 grams, I was like, I don't know how they're going to do that. Because we've got fingertip mice at 29 grams, you know what I mean? You got the XM2 Mini I had down to 34, did I? Yeah, there you go. That's quite, that was from 50, wasn't it? Or 40, yeah, 50 odd. It's quite a bit down. Could be interesting. I don't know what to expect on this. I'm hoping below 30. With it still looking like a full mouse, by the way, not the rear end chopped off. We'll get it below 30 with the rear end chopped off, no problem. Which is where we're going to go at the end of this. And the mouse grave, you finished it. You destroyed it, mate. Destroyed my little pride and joy that I built. Got a little collection in there now. You got like a little box of mice dead. Yeah, sensor gave up. If you get a new one, just use the shell, revive it, get back from the dead. How did you kill a sensor? What did you do to it? Firmware. Okay, I've chopped the wrong bit off here. This is like delicate work. We're basically hacking away at this top bar to take away some of it. I mean, that's pretty, pretty light. Cut the PCB, don't trust stuff. Gotta go for it, you know what I mean? What can go wrong? You're still meaning your orange Fanatic Thor, is it? There's not much left to chop on this. I mean, I think after all that we got a gram out of it, I think. Hoorah. We drill it out the front. Get an extra bit of it. What we go down to. There's not much meat left, to be fair. So only took a gram out of it. A lot of trimming and risk. That's a lot. Any mentalist would chomp this up. Like I think on the fingerprint one, on the fingertip one, we'll start to trim out like more of the sides here, where I'm going to hold it custom to me. But on this first version, it'll be like a stock looking weight reduction. What fix would you recommend for the side play on those buttons for M1 and M2? You mean the ones that wobble left and right? It's tricky. It's basically this gap in here. So, I mean, you can try and pack it out, but it might rub. It's a tricky one. And it goes over the top here. See that? But it's tight, so it's difficult. It's difficult to remove it. Now, what you can put in there, I don't know, but it can get awkward. So on the final version, we'll take off like more of this stuff. Might trim these out and then we'll cut the rear off. Do you know what I mean? Like we'll do a few different versions for people. And that's probably it. It's a bit more of a safer weight reduction, if there is such a thing. And we'll keep that middle one. We'll take out the left side screw. We'll take both screws off. Let's leave the screws in for now. Can we take anything off the buttons? Pretty light. Some like I think Logitech's left mouse button, for instance, on the Superlight's like 3 grams, so that's pretty light for 2 buttons. You know what I mean? The bits I would take is slightly off the edge, which we did before. We should cut the screw at the. Don't cut so this is weak because it'll snap eventually. You'll get much more of it. Trim out the internal bits. These are probably here to stop them flexing a little bit. They've done a good job of this, so I think unless you want to start sacrificing it, you can struggle to get weight out of it. Yeah, I'm still on the Thor. Bought another for work, enjoying the shape. Okay. You should get a white one or. How much is in your plastic jar? Plastic jar? I mean, for the weight taken off it, about 1 gram at the minute. It's taking a while. It's a slow race. Another Fanatic edition. Oh, God damn. You're addicted, sir. You can see here we're just trying it. We should have like a little jar, shouldn't we? Do you reckon, to drop it in there? What we should do. What's gonna do? The bits jar. Could be fun to collect all the plastic you cut off. Yeah, I like the idea, mate. I like it. Okay. Noted. We've got a graveyard for switches. Could have like a level, couldn't we? Like mark on the jar, like certain levels. Need to get one. I get a lot of people like who try and save the world coming after me because I cut all this plastic off them. Snowstorm. Damn, where are you at? We've had a lot of rain in the UK. Okay, want me to weigh it against the mouse. Okay, I like it, yeah. Okay. Do you want it per mouse or do you want it for like all mice? Let's see if we've lost any bits during the chopping process. Try not to break the buttons in half. Well, these two snap in half. The only way to stop some flex is to put like a little brace in here, but they'll have problems when they articulate left and right, I guess. I'll skip work tomorrow, but I need the money. Ugh, sucks me like that, mate. Trapped. Same, I've got work tomorrow. What do you want in the morning? God damn. You can see we're just trimming these little bits off it. It's insane. Do not do this to yours. It looks like one of the most optimized stock mice, 30 grams. Something grams is crazy. 38 grams it is, yeah. It is well optimized. Starlight 12 was good optimization for the weight, to be fair. They did a good job on that. They probably left a little bit on the back for the battery and stuff. I think what I've noticed is that it'd be interesting to see a medium. I need a small. I've got a medium Starlight 12. Don't think handy. It'd be nice to see how the small compares in weight to the Starlight 12 small, if that makes sense. So the Ultralight X to the Starlight 12X. Once we make a few adjustments to the Superlight, to the Superlight 12, Starlight 12. Can't get confused. Because there's not much difference in the bodies. They just tweak this slightly. There's a massive rear piece, if you remember, on the back. They had a massive piece like that on the back of the Starlight 12 of magnesium, and we just cut it off straight away, and that's why they built this shape, I guess. Get a sandpaper, we don't need to. They've finally listened and they've smoothed the base out, which is perfect. Look at that. Smoothed it ready for us. They just left the indents. I thought they hadn't, but it's just indentations for the skate pads. Actually, something to smooth it. You can put any skates on you want. Whoopie-doo, finally. Bought a pair of winter boots 2 months ago and I already see holes in the sides. Damn, man. Where'd you live, mate? For the snow? We've got a few versions of this yet, so this won't be the final version once we chop it, by the way. This is like the... I don't want to take it too far. Although I've hacked loads of bits off it, I want to, you know, keep it within reason. We're going to take it to the next level. So we'll be giving away this mouse on stream. Not today, but it'll be on a Friday. It'll be next Friday. And while you watch me on Twitch, you gain points. And there's points and Twitch Enterprises every Friday. There's a giveaway. It's either $25 Steam voucher. That's what it is every Friday. Unless we're giving away a mouse, which we do quite a bit. Or some other stuff, keyboards or whatever. So the minimum's a $25 Steam voucher. You can gamble away your points if you want. I'll try and double them up, but it's up to you. But yeah, game points. Points me prizes on Fridays. I don't know how much weight we're going to save by doing this bit, by the way. I think the extra weight's coming in a bit when we chop it to pieces. People come after me. Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, Friday's streaming Tarkov in a minute. This Friday I won't be there. I'm in Dublin, drinking all night. Gonna be hard. Don't know what the weight is yet, mate. We took a gram out of that, and we're just trimming out some buttons and stuff. So we're still waiting for the first version of this weight reduction. I found a mod for the G Pro X that makes it 37 grams and a fingertip shape. Yeah, sounds about right. I'll have a look. Just ping me the. You can get me on Twitter or something if you can. It's easier. At me on there. Have a look. I'm going to get my 3D printer up eventually. Get back into doing some of the other mods, but it's not time. I'm hoping next week my gaming room gets back to how it should be, because I did a load of work and I've stopped. We're best for streaming gaming room. I need to get back onto it, so Christmas and stuff slowed me down a bit. In fact, all of 2023 slowed me down. But yeah. I think the better mouse for a fingertip would be the VGM. I'll make a fingertip out of it.
I've got balls of steel.
Sleep. Potato PCIe, how you doing? Just follow, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Just chopping up this Finalmouse UltraLight X. So we're getting there. We've done a non-destructive one. We've torn it apart. We've given my thoughts on it, and now we're just seeing how much weight we can get out of it. Playing around with it a little bit. What mouse would you say is better fingertip? I don't know, something like the G-Wolf. Is it HSK, the fingertip one, or the Zagan? Is it M2K? Something like that. Or M1K, depending if you don't scroll well. Releasing a third version, but that's wired. They're like dedicated fingertip mice, to be fair. They're probably the ones. This will go for something a little bit more like a small version, like a mini, something like that maybe. Depends how big your hand is. Keep breaking boots. Oh, you probably hard them in the snow. Just rock climbing to get to work. You see, basically, I'm just trimming out all of these little extra supports, which might cause the snap, might not. The risk is yours. I thought Finalmouse would redesign the PCB to a smaller size for that UltraLight X. Yeah, same PCB, probably updated. Obviously sensor and stuff, just trimmed out a bit of weight on it, so similar. It's probably helped them keep the price down to like $180 though. I'm surprised this wasn't a bit higher, to be fair. So credit to him for that. They haven't had to remanufacture everything. They've just done like the body, which probably come off a slight modification of the Superlight 12 for this carbon or whatever. It's composite, I guess. I don't know what it is, but it's super light. It is definitely light. And then upgraded the PCB with later firmware, changed the USB port, haven't they? And basically just tweaked it slightly. Innovations in holes. I don't know how they'll get this mouse any lighter, if I'm honest. Unless they've somehow reduced the PCB weight, because the PCB is quite heavy. But the shell itself, and this is probably the lightest shell we've seen for like this size, comparison wise to other mice. So it's lighter than magnesium. Well, it feels like it, but certainly I prefer this way over the magnesium. So, opinion on glass pads. I like them. I've tried the Razer Atlas, I've tried SkyPad 1, 2 and 3. I've tried Ceramapad. I've tried Superlights, Pulsar's version. I like them. I don't like them when they make too much noise. I prefer them over cloth because they don't get dirty as easy, but they're expensive. They're also extremely fast and kind of lack a bit of stopping power, so I like them, but some people won't for stopping power. So get animals is probably a good idea. I had a Razer mouse, but the laser sensor make tracking bad. You haven't got a Viper Mini, have you? Wired. The first Finalmouse was basically a copy of the Razer Viper Imperator, is it? Yep. A lot of people copy it first, but at least they're trying to innovate a little bit more. Finalmouse. The other ones aren't. The other ones are all copying each other. I won't normally in shoes. I had a hole on the bottom, got water in the shoe on the other side. It was worn. I wonder what weight this is. We've not took these out yet. We will do. We'll come back to that as a different mod today. This is just like, let's make it look still like a mouse properly for the minute. I can't remember what weight they were. I took about 0.7 of a gram off or something. We're pretty much similar. Barely took anything off that, I think. No, it's not the base though. Well, the PCB we can't take anything off. It's pretty good. I think we'll take off 2 bars off the score wheel. We don't need 4. Also, what do you think of this pad and skate combo?